Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to You've Got a Thing, an interview thing about Milwaukee theater things. My name is Jaimelyn Gray. I am the host of this program. Thank you so much for listening today or watching today or tomorrow or next week, a year from now, 100 years from now, because the internet is forever. Even if the world isn't. Think about that one. But anyway, thank you so much for joining this program and getting a little bit of inside intel in the Milwaukee theater universe. Today, I've got a great little interview from two really great local playwrights who are doing Renaissance Theaterworks BRINK Festival, which is a yearly festival, new play festival, BRINK New Play Festival, which is a great festival that Renaissance Theaterworks does every year. They do 2 resident playwrights, and then they have short plays over the course of 48 hours. They pack it in, they jam it in and put some great art out there featuring women and women identifying people. And so that's what we've got for you today. How are you out there? Are you good? You okay? You doing okay? Things are in a constant state of problems. But we won't talk about that. But I just want to make sure that you're okay. I don't know about you, where you're at. I mean, I'm assuming that you're mostly in Milwaukee. But if you're not in Milwaukee, we just went to summer today. So it was spring for nanosecond, which is basically how we do it here in the Midwest. It seems now is that we just immediately go to summer. So that's what we've got today. Oh, but it's going to drop back down to fall tomorrow. So that's where we're at. We're doing the up and downs over here. So other than that, I hope you're well. And so let's go over the other things that are happening in the community outside of the BRINK Fest right now. This is this first one that I've got here is closing weekend. It's closing on Sunday. This Circle Mirror Transformation by Annie Baker, directed by Cody Essel, over there at Next Act Theater. It's a good one if you haven't seen it yet. So this is your fair warning here that you need to get in there. Because I was just having a conversation with somebody today that somebody had made comments that they were sad that they waited so long to see it because they would go and see it again, is how good they felt about that, walking out of that show. So, yes, if you don't know anything about it, it takes place in a theater class in a small New England town, and it's really about people connecting to people and the connections we need and the connections we build. And so if you want to go and check that out, you can go to nextact.org to make that happen in your life. And like I said, it's going to close this weekend. So don't go tonight. Go tonight. You might see me there. Just saying. Next, we had Patrick Schmitz on last week. Last week, we were totally live. We rolled with it. We rolled with the punches because that's when Mr. Schmitz was available. And here is the show that he was talking about. So if you want to learn more about War of the Worlds and Cop Shop 78, you can go and watch last week's program with Mr. Schmitz and learn more about this improv. The War of the Worlds sounds awesome, frankly. That it's partially scripted and partial improv. And I asked him if it was kind of like choose your own adventure kind of thing, and he rebuffed me and said, no, it's not. Okay. And I was like, okay, I just miss Choose Your Own Adventure. I think those things used to be so fun. I used to, do the thing that some people do where you go to the end and you read the ending just to make sure that you get the best ending out of the thing. But I was a little bit of a cheater like that when I was a kid. So War of the Worlds, Cop Shop 78 at Comedy Sports there down on 1st Street. Bring your $10 with you and you will see some awesome things with that team. There's some of their, I think Doug Jarecki's in that. I think Tim Higgins is in that. Beth Lewinsky. A lot of their like really popular people are in that in this night of improv. So go and check that out. If you want more information about that, you can go to Schmitz and Giggles. That's an N with an schmitzgiggles.org to check that out. schmitzandgiggles.org to find out more information about that. But you really just need to take some cash and get your butt down there and go and check that out. Next, we have a fun thing here coming from Milwaukee Opera Theater. They're doing a baby show, and I just think that that's so wonderful and amazing. And I'm very excited to hear Joanna Ponisek's take on this whole process of baby theater. So it's an opera for babies and their caregivers, and it was just designed specifically for them. And it's creative play as Camille searches for her colors, Yo, Rue, and Boo, who have unexpectedly disappeared. So if you have a baby and you are a caregiver, there is an opera for you, and you should go and check it out, because I don't think operas for babies come around very often. So I think maybe that is something you want to get over. That's get up out of your house and over to, I forgot to check exactly where they're doing that. And I don't have it in my stuff, but that's okay. You will go to MilwaukeeOperaTheatre.org and you will figure that out for yourself, because I have faith in you, because you know what you need in your life, and you have a baby and you are a caregiver and you need some opera in your life. So Milwaukee Opera Theatre has that for you. Go get it, friends. You want to check that out. I know you do. Fun. So the next we have every month Interchange Theater has a huge schedule, because they're badasses of improv is what they are over there. Let's see what today's Thursday. So it looks like on this schedule, they do not have an open mic tonight. A lot of times they have open mics. They had one last week, so they must have something special going on. Oh no, I see it. It's right there at the bottom. Nope, they do have open. So if you want to check or try out some new material or something like that, go to their open mic and try out your material. Good, really positive group of guys over there. Really supportive. And so you can check out more about their schedule and what they are up to at interchangetheater.com is a good place to go for that, and check out all their things, because they have lots of things. They have lots of them. So go and do some Interchange Theater co-op. And then last of all, but not least of all, because there's never least of all on You've Got a Thing, it's all good. We've got May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It's something that we've been really good at. We as in humanity has been good at talking more and more about. about mental health of you, mental health of me, and all of us. And so a good website that I think you might want to check out is NAMI.org, NAMI, which is the National Alliance of Mental Illness. And they have been trying their best to change the conversation around mental health since 1949. They've been a driving force in addressing the challenges faced by millions of Americans living with mental health conditions. So this year they have In Every Story Their Strength, which is highlighting the resilience and diverse experiences of the community. And so if you want to go to NAMI.org, you can check out more information about that. It's always good to just get some mindfulness about yourself and really, I don't know, invest in your mental health and invest in any challenges that you may be facing. Like myself, I have long worked with therapists, and I myself am somebody who has faced some challenges with anxiety and depression, and I have found some medications that really work for me. It might be something that you might be interested in. If that is something that might work for you, talk to your doctor. They will forward you to the best people they possibly can. Might take a second, I can tell you that, to find the right people in your life to face these challenges and take these challenges on. But I highly recommend at least talking to people and making some discoveries or whatnot about your mental health challenges. That's all. That's what I'll say about that. And I just realized that I've got my super gross garbage and mail in the corner. I try to move that stuff before I record, but you know what? Today was just one of those days where I just didn't think about it. And I've got this hair on my head that just will not sit down. It's humid today. It's going to rain. So here in southeast Wisconsin, and my hair just goes. That's the sound it makes when humidity hits my hair. It goes. So, but yeah, that's what we've got of other things going on in the community. So I hope you can check some of that stuff out this weekend and this week, particularly Circle Mirror Transformation that's closing, and the improv stuff is always something that's sort of a it's there and it's gone. It's very ephemeral art, as we like to call it, where it is what it is in the moment. And so go to those websites and or you can always go to Milwaukee Theatre Alliance.org and check out what information is available for you there as well. So let's get to that interview that I recorded yesterday with the wonderful Maria Pretzl and Cara Johnston, and just two really great artists. And you'll see that as you watch this interview right now. Okay, and with me today, I have two amazing artists right here in Milwaukee that are doing an amazing, wonderful, awesome festival that comes up every year over at Renaissance Theaterworks, and that's BRINK. And I'm very excited that we could get both of you at the same time in the same place. It's it was meant to be. It was just meant to be. So I'm going to have you all introduce yourselves. Maria, let's start with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. So my name is Maria Pretzl, and I wrote the play Naked Tuesdays. It will run Saturday, the 17th at 7:00.
Awesome.
And I'm Cara, and I'm the playwright of Great White Throne, which is the other BRINK play, and it will run May 18th on Sunday night at 7.
Yes. So you all are back to back Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Maria, can you just talk a little bit about, because you work over there at Renaissance as well. You do a little bit of marketing over there. I have heard and experienced. Can you talk a little bit about what the basis of the BRINK Festival actually is, and what it's for, and why Renaissance is doing this as a yearly thing?
Yes. So for those that don't know, Renaissance Theaterworks is the second oldest theater company in the country dedicated to addressing gender parity in the arts, which is, when you think about the grand scheme of things, really incredible. So the BRINK New Play Festival was the brainchild of former artistic associate Mallory Metoxen, who you might know. It was really to encourage new play development, especially by female playwrights, and then even more specifically, female playwrights in the Midwest.
Yes.
Even though women make up 50% of the population, still the majority of plays produced are written by men. So was starting to, as a way, I know it is boo.
Boo.
So it was a way to start giving a platform for women in the Midwest, where there's also sometimes a little less opportunities. I mean, most people, when they think of creative opportunities, they think of one of the coasts. So it's an opportunity to give a platform for an underrepresented voice in theater, so female identifying voices, and then in the Midwest, keeping it local, just so we can really make sure we can develop homegrown talent before they go and move on to bigger and better things. So yeah, it's been great. Previous plays, like last year's Black Bear Island by Carissa Merrill Myers, that went on to be a Eugene O'Neill Play Festival finalist, and it was actually produced in New York last year. So these plays do have legs, they grow places. Susan, who is one of the main people, obviously, that decides, has a really great eye for picking plays that are at the brink of that next steps, hence BRINK New Play Festival. They're at the brink of moving forward.
Yeah, it really is a really great festival, because it is really challenging to, as for the constructivists, as a company that tries to balance one male and female playwright each year. You would be amazed at how the sheer number of male playwrights that you come across as opposed to female playwrights when you're searching for things is just, it's crazy. So I'm very, very happy that there are companies like Renaissance doing the work of getting your voices out there. Cara, what made you want to start writing plays, and what made you come into the realization that you needed to do BRINK?
Well, I've been involved with BRINK every year since I've lived here, in an actor capacity. I've done the briefs and then some of the plays, and I've always felt that the experience is, I like the environment. I like the energy that it has, because you're working on something that's never been touched. You're trying to figure things out. Some questions don't have answers. It's just a really good atmosphere that's very creative, and I loved being a part of it. And so since and in that, I just wrote a play myself. I just wanted to, I thought maybe I could do that, and I had a story to tell, and I just decided to try myself.
This isn't the first play that you've ever written, though, right?
No, it's not my first. It is my third.
Right on.
The other plays I wrote, and everyone, all the actors will understand this during COVID. You're at home, you're not doing any theater,
and you're like, I must do something.
I have to do something. So I wrote then, and I took those plays to the Edinburgh Fringe, which is also it has a very similar atmosphere to BRINK. I said that in the room earlier this week, that, you know, everyone's willingness to try something new, or, you know, I just like that. I'm a fringe person, you know. I like the weird
fringy.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm kind of fringy.
Yeah, you're a little fringy.
Cara, I love that you said like just the willingness to try something new, because in my room, I made my actors, well, not made, I asked my actors to improvise.
With consent, you did ask, yes.
Yes, I asked my actors to improvise a whole scene, because I was just like, what would happen in this situation? So we gave them a given circumstances, and we're like, now play.
Did you write it down?
I did write it down. It made it. Like, so when you come to my piece on Saturday, there is a scene that its roots are, I asked all four of my actors, can you improvise this moment?
And you kept it.
I kept it. It was
That's
brilliant.
awesome.
There's a great line. There's a great line Joe Pichetti, who's in my show, improvised that made the script, because I burst out laughing. And so I was like, Joe, I'm going to steal this line from you. And so it's,
Can you tell us what it is?
It is, hi, rock bottom. It's me, Matt.
Nice. I can actually see Joe Pichetti saying that too, and I read it's super cute.
Yeah,
I really dig that guy as a.
Yeah, I love Joe Pichetti. Yeah, let's just keep talking about him.
Let's just talk about Joe. Let's talk about female playwrights talking about a male actor. Let's do that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what people came here to listen to. Yes. The Joe Pichetti episode. Yeah. So Maria, can you talk a little bit though about Naked Tuesdays? Can you give us the background on it?
Yes. So the summary I've been giving people is the lives of a pretentious writer, a heartbroken actor, and naive writer's assistant collide when they are forced to share a New York apartment. So I've been writing for a little bit longer than Cara.
Not COVID, before COVID.
COVID.
Okay.
I started the very first draft of Naked Tuesdays. I wrote in Alvaro Sarrios's Playwriting 1 class when I was a senior at UWM. So that was about fall 2013.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been working on this on and off for a while. Just for the record, I haven't been like just sitting down writing this one play for over 10 years now. I'm not going to embarrass myself and try and figure out.
No, nobody would judge you for that anyway. If that's your process,
I would be like, awesome.
That's your process.
And so I've been working on and off for this play since I first wrote in Alvaro's class.
Nice.
And yeah, it was just getting to the point that I really, I organized readings that was just like me hurting my friends on Zoom or something. And yeah, I was just trying to get it out there, because to me, the play felt like it was in a good place. If you haven't caught on by the title and the lovely art behind me that my partner came up with, it's very much a comedy. But it was getting to the point that I'm like, I've heard like my friends read it where it's my little direction that I give them. And so it's very much through my lens. And so I was like, I'm at the point that I need other people to look at it and just get that opinion. And then especially like get actors that are not like I said, hurting my actor friends on Zoom and being like, here, read this, but getting people in the room that are like, okay, I'm going to actually sit and work on this a little bit to figure out what works, what doesn't, especially, like I mentioned, this one is a straight up comedy. So the humor is I need to make sure the jokes land, that I'm not like laughing at myself in my head. So yeah, it's been a long road to this. I brought it with me to the Wisconsin Dramatist Retreat through World Premiere Wisconsin a couple of years ago. So it launched from there. So it's just all these incremental steps to get to a point of getting to work in a room with actors, with a director, with a dramaturg to really dive in and develop it. Because yeah, that's the other thing that I love about BRINK too, to tie back into that, is there's just not a lot of development programs specifically too in the Midwest. So something that's also in our backyard is so beneficial, and it's so beneficial to hear the work out loud with people. And yeah, it's been so great.
That's awesome. Cara, what can you talk about Great White Throne? Like, can you give us your sales pitch? What is
Oh god. My play is about a pastor's wife on a night of crisis. She receives, in the middle of the night, a visitor of someone she doesn't want to see.
Oh.
It's a 2-person play, and I think it's a comedy. It's so
I laugh at it.
Yeah,
other people better laugh at it.
What happens is usually when I try to write something like drama or like sad, or it usually ends up being funny. Or when I try to write a comedy, it usually ends up being really sad. I don't know.
That's
I just
so funny.
Usually lean against it to like amplify it, but I guess I lean too far, and I think it's a comedy, and I'm going to stand by that it's a comedy. I think it's a dark, nuanced comedy, but it's but maybe not as funny as Maria's.
If you want a wild doubleheader, come to both, because mine is, like I said, straight up comedy. If you haven't guessed by the suggestive banana in the background, there's a fair number of penis jokes in mine. So mine is very ridiculous at points, and just a contemporary comedy about relationships. And you can go to Cara's, which is a slightly darker comedy about its evangelical Christian life.
Yeah, if you have religious trauma, you're gonna love it.
I do have religious trauma.
Hey, let's talk about it after. And
we're gonna talk about it after. And I'm going to do my best to get your stuff, you guys. It is not easy to do the doubleheader, but I highly encourage people to see more theater and do doubleheaders if you can, because there is just in Milwaukee the availability to do that. If you have the availability to do that, do that. Yeah. Why do you think new art is important and valuable, and why should people engage in it? Why are new plays? Because I know that I love new plays, and I know that there are a ton of people who are big fans of new work. And why do you think that other people should find the joy in it?
Should I answer that, Cara, or do you want to answer?
I mean, we can kind of like tag team it.
Tag team it.
Well, I think that you're helping getting an idea off the ground.
Absolutely.
Some of your feedback that you could give could alter the script.
We
just saw that with Maria.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, really. Just gave the perfect example.
Yeah.
And then we can go back and talking about Joe, which is the most important thing.
And
go back.
Penis jokes.
Let's circle back and talk about him.
Yeah, circle back. Yeah.
Yeah, to build off what Cara said, it's the feedback is so helpful, because it's, like I said, it's so great to be in a room with the actors and director and dramaturg, but the audience is another factor. And so I spent about a week with my group, Cara spent a week with her group. So we're at the point that we're meshing. We're like, oh yeah, these little moments, these are really funny, or I get this. But it's, in the end, it's also like the audience aren't always in on those little jokes or little nuances. So just getting that feedback is so critical and helpful for playwrights. And then, it's a launching pad. Seeing new work, it also just opens you up to more stories, different stories, different perspectives that are so important. A lot of places will go to redoing like Shakespeare. Like we just had a whole slew of Romeo and Juliet across the country, like from Broadway all the way down. It just seemed like everybody was doing a take on Romeo and Juliet. No offense to the companies in Milwaukee that did do Romeo and Juliet, all the production. I mean, it's one of my favorite Shakespeare plays. So I'm like, yeah, sure, sign me up. But it is like, you'll see just so many of the same stories repeated. And it's like, those are nice. But what else is out there? It's just that new discovery. And like I said, just different perspectives that maybe you didn't think about, and you can walk away not only helping the playwright, but being like, I never thought of something like that.
Yeah. That's why I feel like this festival is such a great utility to get those additional the diverse voices out into the world. Because again, traditionally, just the amount of male playwrights that we have that are produced each year, we need more reviews. We need more reviews out there, religious trauma or not. We need all of it. We need all of it.
Yeah.
So if people want to go and see Naked Tuesdays and The Great White Throne, because you do want to see both of them. What are not that it matters, but what are the plays running about? Are they like an hour? Are they hour 15, hour and a half?
We just timed mine pre-cuts. We had a reading. I just came, for those listening in, I just came to this interview straight from workshopping mine, and the last thing we did was going through and being like, what can be cut, which is the hardest thing for me to do.
Oh, yes.
My director was very nice. She waited till she felt like I was ready, which unfortunately turned into the very last day at the very last hour, which I do not recommend for other people. But we timed mine, and before we cut some things, mine ran about 2 hours. So it would be around 2 hours, probably a little less. And then there's a talk back afterwards.
Right on.
So like maybe 2:15, 2:20. There might be an intermission.
Whoa. Yeah, mine's not. See, I have TikTok brain. I did this to myself, but like I like short plays. No, I'm a short play, no intermission. Type of gal. And we have not timed mine yet because I can't stop writing it.
That's hilarious. You're like, I have no idea. This could be 4 hours by the time we're done. Short play syndrome, TikTok brain or not.
I know that it's 60 pages, so.
Oh, it's 60 pages. Oh, you're running. Yeah, you're like an hour.
Yeah. So that's what I like. So.
I feel that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I love long plays too. I mean, I'll sit through an Edward Albee, like I love long plays.
Yes.
But for me, TikTok.
For your writing style, you like to get it going. Yeah. Great. And that's another reason to go out and do the doubleheader, is to just see the variety, my friends. See inside the brains of Maria and Cara. See inside the brains.
You're gonna be like,
what this girl's in there? Religious trauma
messed up.
Yeah, it's the perfect mix, really.
It's the perfect mix. Yes. But if people want to go, they can go to rtwmke.org to make this make the all the information happen. You can you can buy tickets online, or is it
so what we did this year? Yeah, so putting on my RTW hat for a hot second. So what we did different this year is we are offering BRINK passes. So instead of general admission in advance you can pre-purchase a pass. We have a 1-show, 2-show, doubleheader, hint, hint, or festival pass. So 1 show, it's VIP seating for 1 show of your choice. So that's either one of the resident plays, mine or Cara's, or a BRINK Briefs performance, and a glass of wine on us. The 2-show is you can see 2 shows. So like both resident plays or a resident play and a briefs program, still get the VIP seating and still get a free glass of wine. And then the festival pass, you can see all three. So you can go to the briefs and both resident plays, you'll get VIP seating and that glass of wine. So that's what you can get online in advance at rtwmke.org. Or if you just are making up your day on the fly, we do have general admission. It is pay what you choose with a suggested donation of $20 at the door.
Yay. So what you're saying is get the festival pass.
Get the festival pass.
That's what you're saying. Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. Yes.
It's the best deal. You can see everything. Good seats, a free glass of wine, and then most importantly, that it's basically a donation to Renaissance Theaterworks to help us continue the BRINK New Play Festival and continue the work of developing new plays by female playwrights.
Do it. Do it. Do it. You got non-alcoholic wine for us weirdos?
I know we actually got the wine donated. I'm not sure what the mix is. Just kitty corner for him sitting right now is like 8 boxes. So
and you're like, that's real wine.
Yeah, there's definitely a mix of there. But yeah, we'll have wine and bottled water available at the venue, which is different than normal. We are at the Baumgartner Center for Dance. Before I forget that.
You are, because there's a little next acty circle mirror transformation over at
they are in closing weekend the same time. So we are at the Baumgartner Center for Dance. It's on Jackson Street. It's the new ballet building.
I love that venue.
Yeah, we were there last year. If you joined us for BRINK last year, it is really a beautiful space. So join us there. There's mostly street parking, or it's right by the ICC lot if you're looking for a landmark.
Awesome. 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 So go to rtw.mke.org, see Cara and Maria do their shit, and it'll be awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, you two, for squeezing out some time here. I'm so glad we could make this happen. I'm so excited. I'm nerding. Yeah. Yes.
No, I'm nerding. This is my first time on the podcast.
Yay!
And I'm so excited.
Yay. I'm nerding. I try to provide. I aim to provide space. Yes. All right, friends. Thank you so much for coming, and have great performances this weekend.
Thank you. I'm going to go write.
Yay, go do it. Yay.
And I'm going to go help take pictures of Joe and Carmen at Florentine's, bringing it back to our favorite actor.
Hi diddly dee. An artist life for me. All right, yous. Have a great night.
Thanks, you too.
Ta-da. There you have it. There's his. So that was a great time. That was a great little interview that I got to work out, to sit through, and just some really fun people there. So again, that's Saturday and Sunday, the 17th and 18th. Go to rtwmke.org to find out more, and you can go and see some new plays, some new work. Get the big pass they were talking about. Get the big festival pass and have at new work. But thank you so much for coming and or listening, or however you're making this visitation to You've Got a Thing happen. I thank you and I appreciate you. And in the next coming weeks here, we're going to be getting some people from the summer programs, from Summit Players Theater and Shakespeare in the Park, Milwaukee Shakespeare in the Park, from Optimist Theater, to talk about their summer work, and I hope you can hear that and enjoy that. And so thank you so much again, and we'll see you next week on You've Got a Thing. Yeah.